Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
SEC is proposing a string of secret crypto rules. What the heck does this mean? Purse is convinced that this is just an excuse for the government to spy on crypto traders and related businesses. So here are some of the details. The SEC is planning to introduce some sweeping crypto rules that would allegedly allow regulators to check in on the activities of crypto exchanges and DeFi platforms. So guys, be very, very careful where you're custodying your crypto. The SEC is working to regulate crypto at all costs, according to Bitcoin and crypto bull Hester Peirce, who is often referred to as Crypto Mom for her pro-Bitcoin attitude. This could be very dangerous for the entire digital currency industry in that the rules are going to likely be implemented secretly. That sounds super shady. All right, this new set of regulations is being introduced in a 654-page document that surprisingly doesn't mention crypto once. However, the loopy verbiage allegedly applies to the space and will allow the SEC to check in on digital currency companies without having to say they are doing so. So in an email, Hester Peirce explains the proposal includes very expansive language, which together with the chair's apparent interest in regulating all things crypto, suggests that it could be used to regulate crypto platforms. The proposal could reach more types of trading mechanisms, including potentially DeFi protocols. Wow. We know Gary Gensler has been hard on cryptocurrencies, wanting to bring in sweeping regulations, wanting to kind of rein in the beast. Because, I mean, let's be frank, it's getting out of control and they do not have a good handle on it. Many are critical, though. Gary Gensler not taking a responsible approach and just kind of lazily saying, okay, we're going to do this for everything. Critics suggest that's going to stifle innovation in the US, which I tend to agree with. You can't really take every cryptocurrency and lump it all into the same box. As Brad Garlinghouse mentioned a couple of years ago now, don't paint us all with the same brush. It wasn't in the same kind of context, but that I think is a good example, is a good description of how cryptocurrencies should be classified. All cryptocurrencies are different. They serve different purposes. Some are scam coins. Quite frankly, we do need to rid the cryptocurrency market of those scam coins. But Gary Gensler suggesting this, this being a sneaky way for government to check in on your crypto purchases, exchanges, profits, and losses on cryptocurrency exchanges and DeFi platforms secretly, that sounds super, super shady to me. And Hester Peirce obviously shining some light on this, which I applaud her for doing. That's interesting. This law has not been enacted. However, this is just some murmurings, I guess, going around the water cooler. Anyway, wanted to bring that to you guys. Gotta thank Michael for posting that. Then I saw this, guys, from Jeremy Hogan. Did you know that the USA has a civil forfeiture law, which means the government can seize your property simply by alleging that you are engaging in illegal activity, and they never have to even charge you with the crime. So they can seize your property even if they just think you are doing something illegal, something that is kind of scary if you think about it, kind of on the heels of this last article. The fact that, they're suggesting that they want to look at what you're doing on crypto exchanges and DeFi platforms without you knowing. And, to add on to that, the fact that they can seize your property. Well, Chainsaw Jackson here at XRP Jackson brings up a good point. I got mine on a Ledger Nano S, and unless you have the physical Ledger Nano, transactions cannot be signed and completed. So to me, another reason why it's important to keep your cryptocurrency in cold storage. I also personally use the Ledger Nano. You have the private keys, guys, and if you don't have the private keys, well, technically the crypto can be taken from you at any point in time. Now, I do have an affiliate link in the description of every video I do. You can use the affiliate link if you guys do not still have a cold storage solution. Again, I know we're kind of on the precipice of cashing out some of our cryptocurrency at this moment in time. We're seeing the markets slowly go back up. But, you know, I'm of the school of thought that keeping a little bit of cryptocurrency held back for the long term is never a bad idea. And so I keep all my crypto on a Ledger Nano. Again, I do have an affiliate link. You can use it if you want. You do not have to use it. Just make sure, guys, considering what we're seeing now, just make sure your cryptocurrency is in safe cold wallet storage. Public service announcement from Jeremy Hogan over here. Also, saw this, guys, from T-Hole Bet XRP, Ripple ODL customer Pipple. They just got a boost in growth with an $11 million Series A fundraise. So one of the region's fastest growing fintechs, Pipple, pronounced People, okay, now I know, People, announces it has closed an $11 million Series A financing round with participation from a diverse group of international family offices and HNWIs. The international blockchain technology-based company provides digital payments and financial services for smartphone users to carry out online transactions without the need for a bank account or credit card. Backed by a diverse group of investors in Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East, the funding round was oversubscribed. This follows significant investments in previous rounds from Global Ventures and UAE-based international venture capital firms. The proceeds will enable People to continue its rapid growth in its core GCC markets and expand further in Africa, particularly Kenya and Mozambique. So they are focusing on, clearly focusing on the unbanked and underbanked populations. Maybe that is why they are pronounced People, because they are a fintech for the people who likely are underbanked, underserved in their region of the world. Considering you can carry out online transactions without the need for a bank account or credit card, really does speak volumes to what they are doing, and clearly makes sense why they have chosen to be one of Ripple's ODL customers. So great news there. They're getting their first seed round, $11 million. Certainly a start. So it sounds like they are going to leverage this capital to expand into these markets, serving more underbanked communities. Great news there. Wanted to thank T-Hole Bet for posting that. Also wanted to mention this, guys. Ripple just released their latest report, and I have it linked here in this tweet thread, retweeted out by the Wrath of Kahneman. Interesting report because, as Wrath of Kahneman points out, there were some surprises that I think we should address. Now, he's written a little thread on this. I'm going to go over some of his points because I also find this interesting. There's important framing going on, and Ripple has taken their phrase Internet of Value to encompass Web 3.0 and the metaverse. Now, let me just begin by saying, from as far as I can remember, from the beginning, 2017 up until, let's say, last year, Ripple's focus has always been on cross-border payments, telling us how fast, easy it was to source XRP for liquidity to fulfill those cross-border payments cheaply and instantaneously. Essentially saying, we are going to be a competitor to SWIFT. We are going to blow them out of the water. And sure enough, Ripple has scaled up. They're a partner now with central banks. I feel like that part of their journey is almost complete, even though we're not actually seeing the volume in the transactions right now. I feel like the setup is already in place. It's now just a matter of flipping that proverbial switch. But now, look at what they are focused on. So going back here, the Internet of Value and encompassing Web 3.0 and the metaverse. The Internet of Value is quite literally on every page of the report. Along with NFT discussion, it offers hints of capitalizing on XRPL tokenization capabilities. So now they're expanding NFTs, talking about the Internet of Value as well. And then he says, you know what phrase isn't in the report? Interoperability or remittance or cross-border transactions. It's in part the scope of the questions asked, but also how Ripple's strategy has developed lately. A development, maturation, not a swing away from remittances. Ashko Blue, who is Ashish Birla, told us as much at the end of last year. In the background of this study are his comments that XRP liquidity has built enough that corporate treasury payments are in sight again. And so that was a comment that Ashish Birla made back in October of 2021. And there are two surprising findings in the report. First, businesses said speed benefits are often seen as more important and or more likely to be achieved using blockchain than cost benefits. The assumption has been cost savings would drive adoption. Well, mine anyway. That might not be quite true. So it's looking at businesses and they are saying we need speed more than anything, and Ripple can provide that. Second, enterprises reported pre-funding was not a benefit they care much about. It's such a surprising result that Ripple had to add, we know from talking to customers, is in fact a massive pain point. Pre-funding is just assumed how things work. The sunk cost of doing business. Reading between the lines, it suggests companies need agile payments right now. How this affects Ripple's offerings, I don't know, but it's interesting. Love to see the methodology and raw data behind it. Finally, environmental impact, CBDCs, and compliance are all topics. These are questions Ripple asked, but it does lend a sense of moving towards infrastructure for a larger establishment and not how to move money to sticky corridors using remittance companies. So, as per the Wrath of Kahneman's review of this, he's seeing infrastructure for larger establishments is more of a focus that Ripple talks about in this report, and not so much, those exotic corridors that they've been talking about with regards to ODL or any of that. That was kind of yesteryear's news. Now they're focusing on expanding. I feel like this pivot is not because they have failed. Clearly, they have not failed. They just need that regulatory clarity in order to get the cross-border payment infrastructure up and running. The clarity in the United States is going to play a big part in this. Nevertheless, some interesting observations here from the Wrath of Kahneman, also talking about the Internet of Value, which he says was literally on every single page of the report. This is going to be big. The metaverse also, conducting business in the metaverse. If the metaverse does take off in the way we project it could, for several different reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. Anyway, wanted to keep going because this a new bombshell announcement, guys. Looking back to the legal suit against Ripple and XRP versus the SEC. Motion by Brad Garlinghouse to compel SEC to produce notes by outgoing staffer Matthew Estabrook from 2018. Commissioner Roisman and Garlinghouse, where XRP was discussed. Yeah, let me get into this. The motion and exhibits detail intense back and forth over how in January the SEC claimed it stumbled across these notes as Estabrook was cleaning out his desk as he left the agency. Another privilege log was sent, but surprise, the SEC claims the notes are privileged. The motion demands the notes be handed over, detailing how ridiculous the privilege claim is by noting that Garlinghouse said in a deposition excerpt released here, he remembered Roisman was sympathetic to Ripple over XRP in the meeting, and that the SEC previously released meeting notes, released also from a 2018 meeting between Ripple and Jay Clayton, where XRP was discussed, and it didn't claim privilege over that document. Clearly, the motion says privilege claims are only made over anything helpful to defendant's case. Continuing down here, guys, exhibits including Brad Garlinghouse email after the 2018 Roisman meeting, plus excerpt from Garlinghouse's deposition recalling Roisman's sympathetic views of SEC confusion over XRP. The SEC is refusing to release its own notes from that meeting. I wonder why. So take a look at this 2018 meeting from Brad Garlinghouse to G. Hutchins. Commissioner Roisman's staff were particularly engaged in seeking to be helpful in the current purgatory in which we find ourselves. Mr. Garlinghouse also testified in his deposition about a favorable impressions he took away from this meeting. Brad Garlinghouse recalls Commissioner Roisman, who was, let me remind you guys, the outgoing SEC commissioner who just left recently last month, was very specifically saying, and I quote, "I'm sorry you've even had to come here. I think that the confusion about the status of XRP he viewed as not healthy for the market." Things that make you go, why did Roisman leave? Amazing. This coming from the wrath of Kahneman. Then SEC Commissioner Roisman told Brad Garlinghouse that XRP was not a security according to Brad's deposition. He was not the chair, but was a sitting commissioner, also deeply troubling. Here's a transcript from the deposition. In these meetings with the commissioners, did any of the commissioners tell you that they did not believe that XRP is a security? Brad Garlinghouse's answer, yes. The question, who? Brad's answer, I recall Commissioner Roisman very specifically saying, "I'm sorry you've had to come here. I think that the confusion about the status of XRP he viewed as not healthy for the market. I don't. I recall less about the meeting with Commissioner Peirce." So very interesting development here. Roisman said the view of XRP is not healthy. Where did he say not a security? This being asked by Tim Howard. Wrath of Kahneman responds, Brad said he understood Roisman to be saying XRP was not a security. It wasn't a binding pronouncement in any way, but it is important data in a case that hangs on whether or not they flagrantly violated rules. XRP Darren brings up something interesting as well. Gensler probably then made Roisman resign. Let's not forget this happened in the Brad Garlinghouse deposition. And so maybe as per Gary Gensler, we need to cut out our employees, the commissioners that don't see it our way. Doesn't get any dirtier than that. Comments Golden Key here on Twitter. McPhee here saying, why is it deeply troubling? Is this not good for the case? And Wrath of Kahneman responds, it is good for the case, but it is troubling that there is so much confusion in the SEC, and they have been unwilling to be transparent. Roisman could whistleblow this wide open, says Generation XRP. Wrath of Kahneman says he could do some damage to the SEC case, but then they could claim it's just his opinion, like William Hinman. So will the Elad Roisman, former SEC Commissioner, revelation bust this case wide open? Wrath of Kahneman continuing by saying, wow. There's also this, guys. Jay Clayton asked Brad Garlinghouse to back up from the issue of XRP's undecided security status. So this just kind of complements what we were talking about with Roisman. Incidentally, that memorandum recounts a conversation between Jay Clayton and Brad Garlinghouse, similar to the conversation Mr. Garlinghouse recalls having with Commissioner Roisman, in which he discussed the fact that Ripple was in purgatory due to uncertainty as to whether XRP, the cryptocurrency which Ripple is associated, is or is not a security. And Chairman Clayton asked him to back up from that issue and encourage the Ripple executives to continue its ongoing discussions with the staff of the Division of Corporate Finance. So Jay Clayton also saying, how about we not talk about that right now? Let's keep moving forward. With all this glaring evidence and the SEC's blatant disregard for them, I really don't see how Ripple is going to lose. This coming from Misery Pirate Wannabe. But hey, it's amazing how people in power can get away with practically anything. Just watch The Big Short. Yeah, great movie, by the way. Wrath of Kahneman saying, to be clear, this is just testimony and only one side. If proven true, it's bad for the SEC's case. But right now, the case isn't even being heard. They're just fighting about what documents they can bring to the table. Nevertheless, guys, this just points to another glaring revelation here in the case. The fact that it is now on the record, Jay Clayton did say to back up from the issue when Ripple asked directly if they should be worried whether XRP would be considered a security or not. So how is this going to affect the case? Finally here, guys, from Stefan Hubert, simply perverted. He is telling the public, do it like Ripple. Finance your network in the traditional way and only sell it when it is built. Don't do it like Ethereum with an ICO. At the same time, he prepares a lawsuit against Ripple and gives Ethereum a free pass. Pointing this out here, Director Hinman offered that token issuances should come after companies build out their infrastructure through traditional fundraising methods. If you create your network first and then offer a token, it could save you a headache down the road. Literally exactly what happened with the XRPL. June 2013, after XRPL, aka Ripple network, was built out. This coming from Mickey B. Fresh here on Twitter. Ripple kicked off the XRP giveaway. 25,000 free XRP. So they were not saying, give us money for the XRP. They were saying, we're going to give this away for free. Beta users to use XRP coins designed primarily to enable trading on Ripple payment network as a currency. The value of XRP does not limit its use for payments. Exactly the opposite of an ICO. So 5 days after the giveaway, this was from 2013. 5 days after the giveaway, Ripple is still trickling its XRP currency to the market. Long anticipated giveaway. Company sent Ripple's units, that's what they were called at that time, to the markets. 25,000 beta users. The users had signed up on an email list as part of the giveaway. Coins are designed primarily to enable trading on the Ripple payment system. To make a trading in any currency, a Ripple account must have 12 Ripples available for each order. Account must be stocked with 50 Ripples to be active.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.